Alright, so we're back. I don't know if it's connected to these. Look at the face. That big old forehead, dude. Saggy little booty. Alright, we're at the gym though. Look at the haircut. We're in the locker room. Triangle Fitness, but let me show you guys the elliptical. It's like 1 in the morning. There's like a couple people here. There's a couple people here. I don't know where though. I don't have the mic connected, so the quality. Who's that? Somebody's in here moaning, bro. At 2 in the morning. This is the elliptical right here, bro. Look. This is the bad boy right here. This is the one I've been telling you about. Hold on. What the fuck? My bad. Who the fuck is that? Alright, hold on. Let me get my equipment out. Look, let me show you. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to show you, but look, basically you get on this machine right here. Dang, how you doing, beautiful? But you get on this. Well, turns out the whole video was just paused for the last 2 minutes, and I showed you guys what I was doing, the elliptical and everything, but there was a guy moaning. I don't know if you can hear me through this microphone or what's going on, but I showed you guys what it was. It's basically you're gonna get on this thing. This junk burns calories. Like, there's one where these handlebars move right here, and then I just explained it, but like I said, the video was paused. I don't know what's gonna be in the video or not, so we're gonna have to repeat it again. Sorry. There's another one, I think the one beside me, where it just, and it doesn't hurt the knees, doesn't hurt the joints. So, you know, if you're a little older or your knees are giving out, like me, you know, working 60 hours, that's what happens. Okay, lock in. And we don't have the magnet. I checked the book bag. I don't know if that was on camera. I was gonna show you guys the workout today. We're gonna do arms and some abs, but I think I'm just gonna have to show you guys the end of the workout. I already lost my tripod. I left it in here. It's gone. Somebody took it. I don't know where it's at. I doubt anybody turned in a tripod. They just have it in their car or something. But yeah, I'm gonna do the elliptical. Nah. I think I'm gonna do it at the end and show you guys the results, because this junk will get sweaty. Or you know what? I might not get out. I might be feeling a little rebellious today. Look at the haircut. Lock in, bro. Lock in. Okay, lock in. Actually, lock in. So, yeah, we're going to do that for a little bit. Do this machine. This is the one that I've been bragging about. I used to do the treadmill, the Stairmaster, and then the seated bicycles. This is where it's at right here. I get no knee pain, no nothing from this bad boy right here. And it looks like something's going on, you know, in the trunk back there. Lock in. But nothing's going on. I'm going to play my headphones, get my arm workout done. You know, my shoulders, biceps, triceps, forearms. You guys know the drill. What is that? But, yeah. Still at 160. I haven't showed you that. Look, I'm already sweating. You see that? You see the, like, there's a crack in the phone still, so that little glare that you see, like, around here, that's from the crack. I don't know if you're hearing me from here. Can you hear me right here? Look at the haircut. Look, I said take it in. Take in the short hair, because when I grow it out, I'm not getting my hair cut again like this. So, I'll see y'all after I finish the whole workout, and then we'll talk for a little bit, okay? Because I lost the magnet. Still bad. I don't know where it's at. I'll be back. Alright. I don't know if the mic is connected. Just got done doing arms. I don't have the magnet. Usually, I put the magnet right on this pole right here. I'll put the magnet right there. It might sound a little weird because of the headphones. I don't know. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. So right now, I'm just going to put you guys on this weight. Somebody left it here, so I'm, you know, balancing you on this little pole right here, baby. All right, look in. Let's show you guys. Let me get the balance. The arms, it's a little bit of a different angle. Ooh, holy. Still got that big old head though, right? Just did arms. Oh, I haven't done triceps. I did shoulders, biceps. I did my shoulders, the biceps, this part right here, and then the forearms. I just did the forearms. Whenever I just do a muscle, the veins will pop out. So I like doing forearms last too, because you really use your forearms a lot more than you think. Hold on, maybe I can stand up on this. No, it's gonna look a little weird. I can't really, I mean, it is just arms that I'm showing you, but that's the, like, you can see a lot more mass. I don't know, to me, I think I look a little bigger. I think so, like, I'll look in the mirror, and you can definitely see a difference. And we've been going at it for months now. You know, that's overtime. I don't know if the audio is coming from here or here, so I'm getting a little bit close. Thumbnail right there. That was a good thumbnail. My bad. But that's from overtime, 60 hours. That's you know, we're doing everything. We're doing overtime, going to the gym. That's what I'm saying. You could do so much more. If you look at your screen time on your phone, go ahead, go to your settings after this video, or click off this video. The 5 people that are watching, the 5 people that are liking the video, like in, please. Go on your screen time and see how much TikTok you're watching, or how much of whatever you're doing, you know. Safari incognito mode, I'm watching you. Get off of your phone, you know what I mean? Go do what you gotta do. And like, that's why I'm telling you, it's so easy to pass people in your job and real life and anything. And people start, oh my God, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? Man, stop being lazy, bro. It's not that hard. Like, you could definitely see a difference. Look at the forearm. You see the forearm, even the grain. Like, I want to show you guys the abs, but that nasty armpit hair. See that? Hold on. Look at that vein though. See, I told you the abs still look the same. There's like that little dip that's coming in right here. Still a lot of fat. We're still at 160, 158, 160. I'll eat, wake up, and I'm still the same weight. Like, you could see a lot more fat on here. But if I drop down to 140 pounds, I don't know if you can hear me, so I'm kind of talking a little louder. If I drop down to 140, all of this becomes way more chiseled and I'll look buffer. That's what I've been learning. Like, you look bigger. Like, your chest starts to pop out. These muscles right here on your rib cage, all that stuff. Like, you can see my abs barely. There's abs right here. I can feel them through this fat. But if I drop down just 10 more pounds, there's all this flappiness goes away. But I'm maintaining and staying 160 because I'll tell you guys my energy. Like, I will be at work and I would just get mad. Like, I'd just be at work and I'd get upset. Like, little small thing, the line would literally, and like, I play a really good character at work. I'm gonna tell you right now. Even right now, you're getting a good character. You're getting energetic, you know, but there's times in these videos and these days where I can't play that character. This character. You see what I'm talking about? And you're probably like, what are you talking about? In life, when you get older, you're gonna realize what I'm talking about. You gotta put different faces on for different people. Think about your boss. Let's get into it really fast. There's other people here at the gym, so I gotta kind of, and then, okay, lock in. But think about your boss or anybody. Just let's talk for a little bit. There's other people here, so I also gotta do my triceps too. So you know what? Let's not talk. I'll talk to you guys after I finish my workout. I'm gonna do my triceps. Let me go back and remember this. I might rewatch this, but we're talking about boss. Think about your boss and like, in the meantime, for me, I'm going to think about that. Listen to my audios, TikTok, and all that stuff. Think about your boss, your supervisor. They have to put on different faces for different people. They might be chill around their friends or their family outside of work, but when they go to work, they have to put a different face on. You can't do that for 24 hours. That's what I'm talking about. I use iShowSpeed a lot. Speed, the top streamer in the world every single year. You see what I'm talking about? He has to put on that face a lot. That's not his real character. We'll talk about it in a minute. Let me get my workout now. I still got to do this side of the tricep, this tricep, or something like that. I just do the workouts, baby. I don't know. Just wait till my hair grows back, okay? You know what they call me? Cabezón. My bad. Let me get the workout done. I'll be back. All right. We just got done with the gym. It's 4 in the morning. I didn't do cardio today. Just a little small bit at the beginning. I said I was gonna do it when I finished my workout, but I'm not in the mood, bro. It's on, like, just scrolling through TikTok. Some of those videos will mess you up. You see my energy? I was just good. For the whole hour I'm working out, that's what I'm saying, music and stuff like that, that junk has an effect on you. I was literally just sitting there scrolling through TikTok, getting edits. Then I start getting sad edits. I'm like, hold on, wait, this is a little dangerous. Think of the government, bruh. You see what I mean, though? Like, if my mood just changed, because I feel a little bit more gloomier, just because of the audios that I was getting and stuff like that. There's times where I get audios and I'm in an edit damn near. Like, I'm sitting there like, yo, what's good? You know what I mean? I'm famous. I'm Sorax. And then I just get a bunch of audios that are sad, you know, back to back. Hold on. There's a cop right there. I'm probably going to get pulled over. Yeah, I just did something illegal. Hold on. I think he's coming, is he? Dude, I got to chill with these cops, bruh. They're everywhere. But, I'm on the way home. Yeah, he's not coming. I've been seeing a lot more cops recently. What's going on? It's halfway through the month. Usually they're out at the end of the month. You know what I mean? There goes that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you remember that video or that day, maybe that was like last month that I said that I always say, you know what I mean? I always say that, you know what I mean? I don't know why. But, I gotta learn, you know, let's master our character. But what I was talking about, let's get back to the point. Before we got out of the gym and I told you I was gonna talk to y'all about something. Here's the deal. Since I was like younger, right? I was like a lot nicer, people pleaser. I told you guys that at first. And then, you know, you start getting stepped over by like people and then you start learning. So like, I didn't get it. I didn't have a dad, or, you know, my mom was working. I didn't have really nobody to sit down and tell me, this is the kind of stuff that as I'm getting older, I'm like, dang, maybe it would have been nice to have a dad. Maybe it would have been nice to have an example to show me, to tell me, hey, this is, or somebody to tell me, you're going to meet people that are like this. Whoa, there's just a bucket in the middle of the road. Like, come on, really? Y'all might think I'm lying, bruh. Y'all probably think I'm lying, but there's literally a bucket in the middle of the road. You know what? The other day, I remember, we're not even, just whatever, bro. It happened. Sometimes I feel like somebody doing voodoo magic on me. Why was the bucket right there in the middle of the road? You know what? Let me show you. Hold on. We're going back. All right, we're on the way back. No, I didn't go buy a bucket. It's still 4 in the morning. Come on, lock in. I just stopped it because sometimes these videos get a little long and I don't like them being an hour long. I want them 30 minutes maximum. 20 minutes, 10 minutes, you know? Where you just get a day in the life. Where's the bucket at? It despawned? Yo, you gotta believe me, bro. Look, there it goes right there. Look, bruh. In the middle of the road. Tell me I'm lying. There was a car that just passed by and hit it. I swear. Literally. Even when I was door dashing the other day, something's always going wrong. When I went to New York, get this damn bucket out. Like, where did this bucket come from? Just a random bucket. It was literally right here in the middle of the road, bro. Look at my brand new Lamborghini. You serious? Come on now. I'm telling you that, literally, when I went to New York, all hell was breaking loose. I don't know if y'all remember, but there was literally a mass shooting in like Times Square. And I remember texting one of my friends from work. I'm like, nah, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Like, there was people getting shot. Like, the New York was flooding. The train, one of the most popular train stations was shut down or something. Some guy died whenever I was going to set up an appointment. I was like, ain't no way, bro. You know Jujutsu Kaisen? Cursed energy? Yo, all right, bro. Lock in. But, where did that bucket come from? Seriously, like, come on. But yeah, we're on the way home. I gotta be careful popping U-turns around here, so I'm going back into the gas station. I can barely see with this tent, though. All my diamonds. All right, so what was I saying? I remember one time too, let me just, quick story time. I remember I was driving home from work one day. There was a couch. I was recording a video. This is before I even started these videos. I was still a little scared of recording videos. Like, I was trying to break in, you know, because it takes a lot. I'm a lot more comfortable now, but I remember I was trying to do this, but I was holding the phone. And I remember our couch was in the middle of the road, bruh. You think I'm lying? I probably don't even have the video now. Or you know what? It's probably my Google Photos. There was a couch and I was recording. I literally was recording just how I'm doing right now. I went back and I recorded the couch. I think. See that tongue? My bad. But, bro, like, where did the couch come from? Like, who's spawning in these damn items, bruh? You know Fortnite, the Rift to Go or something where they throw in and the thing comes out of the sky? You probably don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, let's talk about your character. Look, things that I should have been told as a kid or growing up that, you know, maybe you could pick up on. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, or you're my little brother, or you're watching this from the future. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A couple things that I picked up on is your character. Like, that's why it's called a character. You gotta, you know, in a video game, you have a character. You gotta develop that character. You know what I mean? You gotta level up the character. You're a character, and you're probably thinking like, man, what are you talking about? Are you serious? It sounds crazy, I know. But as I got older, I'm 21 now. Okay, but as you get older, from like 15 to 21, when I was 15. I started meeting people. I'm talking about working at the flea market in Thomasville. You start meeting people and you start to come across different characters. You know, people that are the way they are. You're the way that you are, and you have gifts that you can develop that God gives you. You know, you're your character at first. You're a level 1, and then you start developing your character. You start leveling up. In a video game, you do the same thing. That's why you get addicted to video games, and you can do the same thing in real life with working out, reading books. It's that easy. That's like when people play video games. Oh, I'm so good at this game. I'm leveling up. I got these resources. Or Minecraft, you know, any game. Minecraft is just the one that came to mind. You level up, right? You get the XP, you die, you lose your XP. Here, you die in real life. I don't know where you go. Hopefully it's heaven and hell like in the Bible and stuff, but you know, that's faith. But I really don't know. Nobody knows but God, okay? That's another video. But let me talk to you. Are you listening? Though? But are you listening though? Come on. Lock in, bro. Lock in. You could be a 5-year-old listening like, what? But at 5 years old, I was a dog at this. No, I'm just kidding. When I came out, I literally had a book in hand, glasses, everything, pen and pencil. They said, what? Put him back in. Hold on. We're going to edit that part out. And there's a train, like, look! It's all right. Look at the bigger picture. We can talk now. It's 4 a.m. There's nobody around. We can talk. I remember one time, too, I was driving through here. I think it was like a couple friends in the car, something. And then we could just hear a bang on the door or something. Something banged. Right in this little area right here in Thomasville where the train passes. Thomasville, like I said, local little spot where I'm at. Hometown. Yo, I look like a monkey, bro. Lock in. Just wait till I get my hair back, though. Just wait. But, yeah, think of it like that. As you leveling up, as you're going through life, you're leveling up your character. And you remember what you were at from the beginning. And, like, that's where I'm at now. Because I've met so many people, so many different characters, older characters that aren't on the same level as me. You see what I mean? It sounds crazy. And you're probably like, what are you talking about? But when you go through life, right, try to read books, like psychology books or something. Like, when you read those books, it'll make it easier for you. Or even if you go study at college, they break stuff down like this. I've read books before, and you're probably like, you read? But stop playing with me, dude. Seriously, lock in. Even right now, my character's being emphasized right now. Yes, I can act like this sometimes, but my real character, I mean, I can get ugly. I'm an alpha male. Looking at my bad. I'm just kidding. I met some people who'd be like, yeah, I'm an alpha male. Like, come on, bro, my bad. Let me not edit that part out. We're not talking about people. Lock in. We're not going to be talking about people in this. But as I was using an example at the gym. Think of your boss, anybody. If you've worked at McDonald's, from any job, think about that person, that personality, that character. That's not the real them. Some people just don't care. That's just them. They don't have time to be playing games. That's them. You know, I met people that they don't get. Hey, you better sit your ass down before I whoop your ass. You know what I mean? That's just them. They always like that. They're always gonna be like that. But there's other people that understand how to like use different characters. And I've been told before, multiple times, not a lot, but just like with Miss Strayhorn, I told you guys, she was like, I have a gift, this and that. Mr. Compton, he told me in 7th grade, he was like, you have a good, strong character or whatever, whatnot. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said you got to learn when to turn it off. He said there's a time and a place. He's like, there's a time to be funny, there's a time to be yourself, but then there's a time when you got to get serious. You see, he said that, and it's starting to make sense now. You know, he's older now. I don't know where Mr. Compton is, but that dude really helped me a lot. I told y'all that in his class, I aced all his tests. That was 7th grade. I don't know how old I was, but I was bad. Every other teacher got the worst side of me. Like, I was in there being bad, you know, La Torta, you know, I was in there like Miss Martin. Like, I'm talking about teachers that people from Thomasville know. But I'm talking about, like, when I was in there, I made sure that everybody else around me had a good time. I make sure that you were laughing. It doesn't matter what was going on. That character right there, so that everybody felt good. You know, I told y'all this in a couple other videos. But Mr. Compton, he told me, he was like, you gotta know when to be Carlos and when to lock in. Like, that's what he was saying. And bruh, like, that is the best advice I've ever gotten in my life, because people will look at me and they'll be like, there's been times where I've slipped up a little bit. That's what I'm saying. You got to develop your character and, like, you know, growing. Some people, they do it in the wrong way and they grow cocky, and that I was on that path. I was growing cocky, prideful, because once you start understanding people's personalities and stuff like that, you could turn into somebody who starts taking advantage of people. You know, it sucks, but people are like that. You'll see them, they'll become bosses or, you know, supervisors, and I've met people like this, and I told you I've clashed heads, especially at that factory. That I'm gonna stop saying factory names and stuff, because if I do make it to where I'm going, you know, I don't want to be like, another cop just passed me. I don't know if you've seen that car pass by, but that was a cop. Why are they everywhere? Why are they spawning in? But like, we're not gonna talk too much. It's already been 9 minutes. But just today's video is your character. This is basically a video game, bro. Hey, you know, who knows what happens after we die? Okay, we're told to have faith, and I believe in God, and I really, really do believe in God. I do with my whole heart. But I'm telling you right now, truthfully, I have doubts, you know, and I'll talk to God about that. And I'm letting you know that I have my doubts. I'm like, man, are you for real, God? Like, and then I get reminded that he's real. There go your kneecaps. No, seriously, actually, but I'll be like, God, give me a sign, please. And, you know, you're not supposed to talk like that. And that's how we're told to, like, have faith and this and that. But we're humans, bruh. And I doubt. I don't know, maybe you don't. But I doubt. I'll be like, man, ain't no way. There's no way. We just floating on a rock in the middle of nowhere. Like, what? I don't know, but that's just me. But like I said, I'm pretty sure we're taught. I don't know the full Bible fully, but I know that we're not supposed to. I've heard you're not supposed to question the Lord in that way, I guess. I don't know. I'm still looking into stuff, okay? I'm still learning a lot. I've learned a lot within the past couple years of me working from the flea market to now, you know, trying to be an influencer with a big old head. Look like I got spiky hair. But, yeah, one thing I can tell you right now is just learn to develop your character, because right now, for anybody in the past or anybody who's made it famous, they're just characters, bruh. It's all just characters. Like, think of the most famous person in history or anybody. They're not the people who they're painting out to be. I'm not who you... Like I said, I can be a pain in the butt. I could be a real... My mom knows that. She'll know that anytime she sat down and talked to me. She'll be like, I know you. I'm like, no, you don't. No, just kidding. But to a certain extent, she does see through my character. You know, there's certain people who've seen through my character. They're like, if you see me in person, I don't know, it just depends on who you are, really. There's some people who get different sides, but I don't know how to explain it, bro. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe we got autism, and maybe you're looking at it like, what are you talking about? But no, seriously, sit down, read a couple books, like psychological books. Like I said, I'm not going to get into which specific books, because eventually, like I said, if I do become famous, right, say I'm famous, I hate seeing those TikTok shops where they be like, this celebrity reads this book or is buying this, and then they got a TikTok affiliate link or something like that. And I'm just like, come on, bro, really? So, like, just do your own research, okay? But I'm telling you right now, if you want to move up anywhere in life, you know, you got to read books. You got to develop your character. Some people develop it without books. You can do it without books. You can just meet different people, and, you know, you meet good people, bad people. Try to stay closer to the good people. I tell you, water your friendships with the good relationships and grow off of that, because you can grow into a terrible person. You really can. You can grow into, give it a couple years working at any job, people's character, you'll start to see it change. You're like, oh my God, this dude is so evil. No, that person was like that from the beginning. It's just that they're masked. It's like their character, like you can't hold that character up forever. You see what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I sound a little crazy, but if you understand it, you understand it, okay? And if you can develop your character in the good way, that's how you become a boss. That's how you, and you're like, man, get your, lock in, please just listen. That's how you become, like, that's how you start leveling up in, like, the corporate world. You got to know who you can joke around with, like, and that's something that I'm starting to pick up on and learn. You see what I mean? Like, and to some of y'all, it might sound crazy. You might be in diapers right now, eating a bag of chips. Okay. My bad. You might be digging in a bag of Takis right now and you don't even know what I'm talking about. You're just watching the video just to watch the video. Okay, but maybe one day you'll go back and you'll understand. But once you go through life, you'll meet different people with different experiences in life who act different in different situations. And you got to know how to go about that if you want to move up in anywhere. Especially with me doing the streaming stuff. Say I get famous or anything like that, for the people that are watching and actually watching day by day, I'm going to meet people with different characters. You know what I mean? People that are ready to stab somebody in the back or see how much further they can get away. I've told you in other videos that people just, whatever they can take from you, they will. You know, people measure you by what they can take from you. That quote from The Walking Dead, you know, shout out Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln. But people measure you by what they can take from you. Sometimes it's your respect, your dignity, how much they can push your buttons. Like, they measure you. They do that. People are like that. Even in the Bible, that's what I'm saying. Out of all these little self-improvement books that I've read, I grew prideful and like, oh, so self-centered, and I'm this, oh, I understand the world. That's why I told you I would not get along with my younger self, because I was so full of myself. I thought I was better than everybody. And sometimes I was, being honest, I was. Like, if I met myself, I'd be like, that dude is goated. Like, he's really good at what he does. He comes to work on time, does what he's supposed to. If anybody needs him, he's here. He'll stay after, but he's full of himself, and that can throw everything out of the window for me. And now that I'm reading and looking into the Bible, not every day, okay, don't think it's perfect, but now that I'm looking into the Bible and having my audio and looking into, you know, reading, I'm not even reading the Bible physically, but just listening, that's more than enough. Listening to people preach it, you're like, oh, what's his name? Anthony Philip Mitchell. That's one of the good guys. Like, I'll see his, I'm like, dang. You know, but that's just stuff I'm talking about right now. I had a good day at the gym. I really did. A little bit of the TikTok audios kind of messed it up, but now I got my passion back. You know, I'm talking. You see? But, yeah. For today's video, just develop your character anywhere. Don't ever stop developing your character, and develop it in a good way. Learn when you gotta, you know, put your foot down and tell somebody, hey, you're stepping right on my toes, okay? And I'm joking right now, but there's times where I've literally had to, you know, transition from the person that I am right now, joking. And you probably think I'm joking and messing around. I joke a lot, but there's a time when, just like Mr. Compton, my 7th grade teacher said, there's a time and a place. That's exactly how he said it. He had a little country accent. If you know Mr. Compton from Thomasville High School, I think he retired. He's gone now. He retired a while ago. But he said, folks. He always said, folks. You know, he would tell me, like, there's a time and a place. You know, stop, quit it. I can't get his voice. Like, I can, you know, voice a couple people's, but I can't get his voice. He distinct voice. But, yeah, learn to develop your character and be good at people, okay? Because there's people who don't understand that. Like, there's people who do. Like I said, you're probably watching with a bag of chips, digging in your, you know what I mean? Like it. But there's people who don't understand that. There's people who just go through life and they're just sweet angels. And I'll see these people and I try my hardest to protect them, because they can't even help themselves. Like, they try to give and give and give and give and give. And there's people that'll take and take and take and take and take. And like, I try to stand up for those kind of people. Like, you'll see me break my character for them. Like, if I see somebody taking advantage of somebody who's sweet, like my grandma, I swear on my life, not anybody else's, if I catch a glimpse of anybody doing that, I hear her, she'll talk about her factory, where she works at, and people taking advantage of her. So help me God. Don't ever let me catch one of those people outside of work. I'm just kidding. Let me lock in. Okay? But just be good at people. Be good, because when I was prideful and full of myself, I was putting people that were innocent, like my grandma, on the line too. I'd be like, oh well. Like, I work with sweet old ladies. I'm like, oh yeah, you gonna clean the grill. That's what you gonna do today. Yeah, we all working. And people would be like, she'd be tired. It'd be old ladies, and that's what I'm talking about. You don't know my character yet. You don't know how I got from where I was to where I am now. There's been good sides of me and bad sides. And, you know, people I met along the way, the ones that are watching right now, you got a good side of me. If you're still watching, you got a good side of me. But there's people who got the worst side of Soulrax, where I've literally, well, some people deserved it. Some people literally kept pushing my buttons. I'm like, hey, you better chill out, buddy. And I didn't say it like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got to develop your character, read books. Sometimes you do it by encountering other people. You know, sometimes that's your parents, sometimes siblings, relatives, cousins, nephews, nieces. You know, you never know. Just develop your character and make sure if you come across good people, you treat them good, because these are people that are kind, bro. There's like, just like the old, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I get stressed out thinking about it, but not even stressed out. That's not even the right word, but I get, what do I say? Like, I feel like sometimes I over-explain it a little too much when you got the concept. You see what I mean? So, like, if you see what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Just be nice to people, okay? If you're a nice-hearted person already, learn to develop a little bit more stern character. You see what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, you start off at like level 0. You have a few experiences from your family, the people around you, and depending on your environment when you're younger, it'll boost your character or break it, and then it's up to you to add on and, you know, get XP like Minecraft. And I'm breaking it down in simple terms because, you know, that's how Soulrax be thinking, but maybe it helps you. You see what I mean? Am I making sense though? Lock in, bro. Lock in. That makes sense? Like, I don't know, you'll meet people throughout life and you'll be like, wow, this is an interesting person. Like, people look at me and be like, come on, dude, really? Like, there's people who've looked at me and been like, you understand that? You're an idiot, bro. Like, there's people who've, I'm serious. Like my Roth IRA, the savings account. You don't know how many people have been even shocked and been like, what? You're saving money in a Roth IRA? You understand that? The stock market, S&P 500, that's small little stuff, small things, but it's because of the character that I put off, because for me, that's the safest. You know, when you're playing dumb and laughing and giggling, people can disrespect you, and you get to see people for who they are. Because I'm telling you, when you see a strong person, you see how they treat the weak. Like, I don't know how, I'm telling you right now, it may not make sense to you, but through time, if you're younger, you know, digging through a bag of chips, or you're my age, or you're a little older, you know, like I said, there's people that are older than you, that don't have the same level of XP. You see what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I sound crazy, bro. Maybe I sound crazy. Or maybe I make sense to you and you're probably like, yo, this dude is goated. I don't know. But that's just how I think about life. And that's why I take care of my grandma, because there's people out here who take advantage of her kindness. You know? I don't know. So, yeah. This video is just more so on your character. Develop your character. Level it up. It's all a game. That's why people say, you have a bad character. Your character's so nasty. They're not talking about a video game. That's literally, people be like, ugh, his character's so, or her attitude, or, you know what I mean? They're talking about your character. When people think of you, they're talking about your character, that feeling that you give people. That's your character that you've been working on. Make sure people have nothing but good to say about your character, you know, your reputation, you know, you see what I'm talking about? Because that character, for me, that reflects God. Okay, so that now we're getting into my character, and then I start talking about God, you know, I start getting a little crazy, but, you know, that's the cherry on top. But that's why working out and doing all this stuff, it's like a reflecting God, and like, I don't know. Okay, now we gotta chill. Let's lock in. Let's end the video, because I'm gonna get passionate. I get passionate. My bad. But yeah, good little video. Just develop your character in a good way and use it for good, because there's not a lot of people that can even understand that concept, or their mind doesn't go that far. I don't know how to explain it. I'm explaining it perfectly, but I like to throw that in there just in case you're a little confused. Here, huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Lock in. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Go hit the gym. Go do something, you know. Read a book. Like I've said before, do something to develop that character. You know, work 12, 10-hour, 8-hour shift at McDonald's or something, or at fast food. That develops your character right there. If you've ever gone behind and started working the grill anywhere, you know, I'm talking Wendy's, Taco Bell, Cookout, you'll learn a thing or two about other people, how they work, how you work. Go develop your characters. Do something, bro. Just do something, okay? Make sure you're doing something. So a lot of people out here partying, doing the wrong thing. Not that's the wrong thing. I told you already, do what you want to do in life. But this is the path I'm going. For those of y'all that, you know, went to school with me and know me. And in school, I was a little bit more quiet. I was a little bit more like at high school years. But middle school and all that, I was a little bit more like ripping urinals off the walls and bad kid and da-da-da. But I got quiet because whatever. That's me. It's not about me. It's about you. Go develop your character, okay? Wait till I grow my hair back, bruh. I'll see you tomorrow, dude.